Hey y'all, Dennis here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery. And I just kind of wanted to go over a little bit about the coroner's press release today in the Gabby Petito case. And he said that time of death, he said, was 3 to 4 weeks before her body was found. And looking at that, we know her body was found on September 19th. And we know that there is body cam footage of Gabby and Brian on August 12th. So if you take the September 19th date that her body was found, you go back 3 to 4 weeks that they said that she had been dead before found. Her time of death is somewhere between August 22nd and August 29th. That would be the 3 to 4 week area that she would have died. And the cause of death was strangulation. And again, the coroner was not able to release if it was manual strangulation or if an object was used to strangle her. And again, I want to go back. The coroner confirmed that law enforcement did take DNA samples, but was not able to elaborate on details. So we don't know if the DNA samples was Gabby's and or Brian's. We don't know if there was somebody else's DNA present. I don't know if they will ever release that information, at least until somebody is charged and convicted. But that would be, to me, really interesting to know whose DNA was actually collected and if it was just Brian and Gabby's DNA that was present. So that is something that, I would love to know, but I understand why they cannot release those details. The coroner did take questions, and a couple of the questions was about the condition of Gabby's body. And the coroner said all he could say was the body was outside in the elements for 3 to 4 weeks. So that kind of paints a graphic picture. You've got the weather, you've got wild animals, etc. there in the park. But what this tells me that she was not buried, that she was most likely exposed, meaning just left on the ground, on top of the ground. So that, to me, that shows haste. Obviously strangulation is very intimate. It's a very intimate murder, so to speak, for lack of better terms here. And the fact that her body was most likely exposed, left to the elements, tells me that the person just quickly left that area, didn't take the time to try to cover up what happened. So body condition, it's going to deteriorate rapidly in that kind of environment. And they did do the toxicology as they done their investigation, and the coroner cannot comment on the toxicology results. The coroner said state law, the coroner can only release the cause of death and the time of death to the public. All other details in the state of Wyoming is deemed not public information, so he cannot release a lot of that. And honestly, most of the questions that was asked to the coroner, he couldn't answer due to the state not allowing him. And that part, it does get frustrating. I know many of you get frustrated not being able to get more information, but we've also got to consider that law enforcement, they do have to protect the integrity of their investigation. None of us would want to see the person that's guilty in Gabby's murder get a free pass to walk because something got released that shouldn't have and compromises the whole case. So it's hard to be patient in a case like this, but we don't have a choice if we want justice to be served. So with that, we will continue monitoring and digging in on this, and we will continue to keep you updated as this further progresses. When asked if the coroner felt that disappointed at Brian Laundrie being guilty, his response is that is law enforcement's place. That is not his place to try to see who is guilty, who is not. His is to find the cause of death, the time of death, etc. So with that, he was also asked if the FBI was going to put a federal murder warrant out for Brian, and he redirected everybody to the FBI on those types of questions. We will be monitoring that closely and trying to get all the information on that we can. And if anything like that happens, we will definitely update you. We will keep you updated on any information that we're able to get going forward on this. Please be sending your thoughts and prayers out to Gabby's family. Our thoughts and prayers go out to her family. And the reporter on TV said they had reached out to both families. Neither family was ready to speak at the moment. 100% understandable. I felt it was kind of premature for anybody to contact the family that quick, but it is what it is, I guess. But please be sending your thoughts and prayers to Gabby's family, and let's just hope and pray that justice can come soon so the family can eventually begin the healing process. So with that, we'll keep you updated. Until next time, you guys stay safe.